if we're in the underhand cap here on the right side, there's a couple different ways you could do it. You could come to the bottom here, and then from the bottom position, you could probably do this with me. From the bottom position with your right foot forward, turn to the left and pop both poi over to the left side and then go around in the flower. So you could go back in on the right. If you think about when you're at this position here, coming down, right? So as you're on the right side here, pop it down to the bottom and go back into the cap. And then from the bottom, pop it to the left side. So we're basically either going to come into the cap on the bottom, or we're going to exit the cap from the bottom. That's one way to do it. I think that's maybe the easiest, but that's subjective, so who knows. So come back down on the right, and now from here, turn left, come into the four petal, and now come back down on the right, and now we're going to turn left into the four petal. Now, going into this one, what I did was, from this side position, I went up top into the cap, right? And then from up top, you could go across to the other side and then back up top. So it's with underhand, I was using the bottom as the transition point. With overhand, I was using the top as the transition point. So I'm either here at the side of the four petal, and then I flip the left hand so that I'm in the cap at the top position, or from the top position, turn to the right, and they both come to my front plane here on the right side of the four petal. And then flip it in, and then come into the four petal on the right. Then when you get to the left, flip it back into the cap, and then flip back into the four petal, and then flip back into the cap. You were here in the overhand cap, and you could then come around from the top to the side using inspin, versus doing it from anti-spin where I'm at the top and I just keep going to the right over the top. So what you're doing is you're backing the poi down around the left and then doing a reversal when it gets to the right side, versus from up here, you turn to the right, bring them both to the side, and then continue in the four petal. So from the top position, turn immediately to the right, as opposed to from the top position, coming around and reversing. I mean, there's no right or wrong. It's just knowing to say which would be harder between doing it this way, where you're coming around to here, and we're doing the reversal, versus continuing. Really just depends on what you're good at. If you're good at the reversal, it might not seem harder, but it does take more time to do because you're going directly over when you come from the top and you keep going to the right, versus when you come back down and around and then reverse. That's just more positions, so you're doing more rotations. If you were going to do the mirror of this guy, right, where you come in, reverse, and then go into your four petal, the mirror would probably be this, where you come all the way around over the top in the inspin. What I was doing was using the anti-spin as the transition point. So what I did instead was, from here, continue to here, now you could do it a couple different ways. When you're at the bottom, you can turn left and flip your left poi so that you come in here. Or what I did before was bring them both to the left side and flip it at the top position. Again, there's so many different possibilities of what you could do. The difference is whether or not you want to do it using inspin or anti-spin to do the transition, because this one, that's using the inspin to get into the four petal, and then coming from here and over the top is using the inspin to get out of the four petal, versus continuing through in anti-spin the whole time through, which would be more like this. Now I'm going to turn right here. Now I used this position on that one, and now I'm going to use the top position. So note they're both here, and now at the top I move them into the cap. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just what you can do. There's contextual relevance though. Like if you're doing choreography with somebody and you're trying to mirror them, then it would be relevant. But if not, it's like you'll probably end up developing some muscle memory that feels good to you, that you like.